Welcome to November 18th, 2021 Planning Board meeting. The first item on the agenda is a continued subdivision for AMS Properties, Perkins Pond and Mountain Road. Zone rural agricultural is subdivided into 7 lots. I think we have Mr. Jacques here to talk about it, I assume.
You got a letter from the fireworks? on
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Be right in the front.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything outstanding except for the fire suppression, wasn't it?
I got a letter from the fire wards dated 16th. They propose to install automated sprinklers in all 1- and 2-family dwellings on the subdivision. Submitted plan. Proposal was accepted, would be in lieu of constructing a cistern. After discussion, that included the trouble. So I think we need looks like we have a note in the plan that the lot will be serviced by on-site wells and septic systems. Developers will sprinkle all 7 houses for fire protection. So the note's already there.
Could we, make a modification to that note? Substitute developer for, lot owner or builder, or whatever, in case some lots get sold. That's the only thing comes to mind.
Well, even if they get sold, wouldn't the inspection, building inspection say, it wouldn't,
Are you saying add like developer slash builder
Yeah,
in case?
yeah.
I don't think that's,
You can put an owner too.
yeah, no,
You could put the owner just in case a lot gets sold to somebody.
well, yeah, yeah, builder, okay,
Yeah.
owner,
That,
developer,
that,
owner.
that'll just make sure that's crystal
We
clear,
can add
that's
a
all.
few more if you like.
Can we add in accordance with NFPA 13R? Since the fire department did mention that in their nice little letter.
R like residential?
R as in,
Residential.
oh, okay, yes.
Okay.
I was trying to think of some kind of food to start with R, but couldn't think of anything real quick.
Roger that.
So we have a couple monuments in each set.
Yeah, I think, we counted them once as 9 or 14. A lot of the front ones, drill holes are existing. That was a lot more,
14,
29
I
or so.
think.
yeah.
15, 16, 17.
That counted 20.
To be set? I thought we had 14 the first time around, but it could be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay, oh, I didn't look at the interior ones, yeah.
Yeah, 14 the exterior.
14, that's what I was looking at, the exterior. Oh, yeah.
Any questions or comments from the board? Any comments from the public? No comments from the public? Okay, I'll close our public comment.
We all set?
I'm all set.
I'll make a motion.
Waiting for you two.
that we conditionally approve the plan. We need to change the purpose of the plan note to include more than the developer for who would need to put the sprinklers in, and reference NFPA 13R. And we need a letter from the surveyor before it gets recorded that all the monuments have been set?
Let's put it on the plan. He's gonna change it anyway. Let's just change it.
Okay, we'll
Drill hole
put a,
set.
put a,
instead of
yeah,
monuments to be
change the
set.
plan, make sure the
Yeah.
plan, yeah, okay.
So what are you changing, the monuments?
Yeah, we want the monument set before the plan gets recorded, so instead of to be set, it'd be set on the plan.
He's gotta print another plan anyway, change the notes. Might as well just,
Usually we put down what we set
Yeah.
and when we set it.
Yep. There's no, since we've taken care of the fire department, there's no bonding requirements, there's no road improvements necessary, that's all.
lots are all 5 acres. Don't need state anything. Is that a second?
Oh, I didn't know if he was done yet,
I'm
okay.
done.
Okay, I'll second it.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Vaya con Dios.
And I'll take the elastic too.
Yeah, I told you I have a problem with that. Second item on the agenda is the subdivision for
Biznansky. Biznansky.
Family, I got it the second time. Family Revocable Trust, Twin Bridge Road and Old Town Road, map 110.62 in the residential zone. And I got a folder.
Who's that you ringing? Somebody is. Oh, it's him.
It's the mystery man in the back.
Oh, it's Jock's phone?
Yeah, sure.
I was like, I can hear some phone. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I was looking at, it wasn't me, so.
You holding on to that thing till it's a collector's item?
It works, it even gets internet. And this
And
one
you
here,
can
I've
see it on
gone,
that screen?
yeah, I've gone through a bunch of these that they get dropped down in some shot someplace.
I know, I love when he
and
comes to the
get
office and he flips his open and I'm like,
This one here is, ended up under the blast. and it's got
2005
blown
call.
up.
Town road,
Yeah.
that's a lot in the corner with
It's
the
got,
old gravel pit
it's
on it.
got blown up on a job under the mats and it still works.
The
so it's-
river's,
It's reliable. I drove over it. Do it to one of these.
Sounds like a fishing
the
story.
river's right here.
Huh?
Sounds like a fishing story.
No, I did. I drove over the pickup. It
Oh,
fell out of my
Twin Bridge.
pocket. And I said, where's my phone? And I went back looking and I walked down and
I have nothing from fire and nothing from DPW, but I don't expect either. It's a one lot.
Did,
Yeah, there it is. See where the application go, I just had it.
Conservation had a comment.
They did?
There's, the letters are there.
Well, that's this one, I haven't got there yet.
Okay.
Not requesting any waivers.
No,
No, geez, man.
going for it. It's one lot into two and it's 5 acres, so there's not a lot going on.
Pretty well
More
cut
than one
and,
application, or is that it?
That's it.
pretty well cut and dry.
It's pretty cut and dry, yep.
What was the conservation's comment? No stamp on the plan?
Well, it's along the river, I figured they'd have something to say.
There should be a stamp on that plan, isn't there?
Your stamp?
Yeah.
Oh, no wetland stamp.
Oh. I'm good for it.
Didn't sign your stamp either.
Because it's
So it's not valid.
preliminary. We know that's not gonna be the one that gets recorded. We don't want people to be confused down the road if they find that in the folder.
That's why I put revision dates on your plan.
But if they don't know that it was
go.
revised, I generally prefer not to stamp
Just,
plans at this level.
Just had to
but
find
you
something,
always
right?
request it, so I've been doing it.
I don't.
Would you like me to sign it?
I
'Cause I
don't
can-
see, I don't see any waivers being requested, and I don't.
Would you like
see
me to
any-
sign that
I don't
stamp
see
for
anything
you?
missing. If you wanna look at it.
Is that flat through there? There's no topo in that section?
Yeah, it's flat. It goes up to the house area and then it's flat like
Yeah,
pancake.
from here to here, it's all,
Yep.
Yeah.
Be perfect for croquet.
yeah.
Well, the three comments are from conservation. Would like a, legend should include a unique symbol for the wetland buffer line.
The one that's labeled wetland buffer line?
Yeah,
Sure.
That's the setback line.
Yeah, that's where they got confused. The same, the legend is the same,
Okay,
or it looked like it to them.
all right.
Wetland certification need a stamp. Please double check the quote N arrow, something not right, or maybe it's been a long night.
Like the north arrow?
Looks good to me.
It's pointing to the north. I
Okay,
mean,
so
Yeah.
if you go back and look at the CC meeting, there was a discussion, they didn't know which way north was.
It's
Yeah,
up on the
compass.
page, it's the way the arrow's
Pointing
pointing.
towards the N,
Now, there was a discussion, and anyway, it's kind of comical if you watch it.
So we can say
So
that
the
that's,
plan's
it's
correct.
been a long night, so we don't have to worry about
It
that one.
appears that the
Cool.
plan was correct after
Perfect.
they had
Love
that
it.
discussion.
Okay. Yes, the plan appears to be correct.
Yes, it is. Kind of a silly comment, but.
get a compass out.
So there's a bound to be set, or, did I already set that? There's one bound in the front that wasn't there. I wrote to be set, wrote set on the plan, so I guess I must have set that, forgot that I did it. And then state subdivision's pending. I wanted to wait for the outcome of this meeting before I submitted it into them in case there was a change.
We can accept it as complete before we start doing all this kind of stuff.
okay. Yeah, I'll make a motion, we accept the plan, application is complete.
Second.
Good. Discussion. All in favor?
Is it butter to the property?
Oh, hang on. Yep, you'll get your chance.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. We're just accepting as complete, meaning we're taking jurisdiction and gonna look at it now. So Bruce wrote down lot sizing chart, which we usually do.
So I have the note that said by soils, it's 1.99 acres is the minimum required.
Yeah, but I'd like to have a little chart saying what the area is, and how you arrived at the, for the two lots, because you're breaking a lot up, right? So you get,
Right, so for the town regs, the soil type is 22C. Soil type's 22C Colton Sandy Loam per the,
yeah, which is group one, yeah.
right, so it works out when you look at the regulation to be 1.99, so I put that in the note, and then I have it listed under both of the lot areas of what they are, so it's pretty well covered with that chart.
So you're gonna get state subdivision approval for both lots?
Yes,
Has to.
have to.
No, I know, but it says one.
You can't see the note.
I'll change, so when I get the state subdivision approval number, I'll write
Yeah.
4 lots, 411, 60,
Take out the four proposed lot part and put SA
Yeah.
number 2012.
yep.
So you set the bounds, so no, okay. You say you're partly in the floodplain?
There's a very small portion along the Piscataqua. There's floodplain associated with that.
Where is that?
That is the line that's going to be added to the plan.
Oh, okay. Any other comments from the board? Or questions? No. Okay, open up to the public. Any questions? Any comments, questions? Step up to the podium, state your name and address, please.
Dan Hebert, please.
Step to the podium, sorry. We have a huge live audience listening in on you, and they need the microphone.
So for the record, Dan Hebert, Old Town Road, where?
Back there, okay.
So as an abutter to the property, I just wanted to ask if this is only going to be zoned residential, or could a business possibly go into that area?
Right now, it's zoned residential, so that's it.
Okay, I thought in the letter that I received, I thought I read something that said residential slash commercial, so.
Who's in the folder?
No, it's just
It's a residential zone,
residential zone.
one and only.
Oh, sorry, my mistake there.
We're all set.
And would there be any restrictions as to whether or not it's a single-family home or a duplex? Or will that just be decided on whoever purchases the property?
For a duplex, you need double your lot size, so I think this would have to be a single-family house.
Oh, okay.
Well, we could have an ADU.
Could have an accessory dwelling unit, yes.
A what?
An accessory dwelling unit.
Okay.
It's not
In-law
really,
apartment.
Like an in-law.
Ah, okay. All right. Those were my only questions. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Seeing nothing, close it for public comment. So what's the board think?
I mean, there's subdivision approval, we can determine, I mean, that's a, we got it, we don't need that before we approve the plan. That's a
No.
administrative, and what he's got to change on the plan here is kind of administrative too, so I mean, there's nothing.
Add the wetland buffer line, add the wetland buffer line to the legend, add the flood zone line to the legend and the plan.
So what do we think about the granite bounds along the front of Twin Bridge Road at the angle points?
Well, he's got, uh, 1, 2, what's this? 4 Old Town Road. 3. Yes. And then one, the start and stop of the radius, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to be there, all changes of direction.
Okay.
Supposed to be what?
It all changes in direction.
Angle points, PCs, PTs, all those things.
Too much for me.
I understand. When the line bends, you put in a bound.
That's what I said, I'll change the direction.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sandy soil, it's easy.
Right?
Yeah, 6, I got 5.
I'll find them and I'll get them all in there for you.
4, 5, 6.
I have
Oh,
six.
that one's, oh, that one says set already.
One beside that, 29.31 feet away from it.
Oh, yeah, duh, I didn't see that, sorry. There are 6.
Why is there two there?
Is that the same bearing though?
It is the same bearing,
It is the same bearing, yes.
but it's 2 different points.
Okay.
So you need the state
So
subdivision
we need a
approval.
state subdivision approval number, we need a state subdivision approval and number, and the plan changed. We need a wetland stamp and signature, we need a signature on a surveyor stamp. We need 6 bounds.
Slow down. I didn't take shorthand.
I stopped.
Longhand, short pencil.
It's called golf.
State subdivision approval and noted on the plan,
Got that one.
wetland stamp,
Got that one.
surveyor signature,
6 pounds.
6 bounds. Floodplain shown on the plan.
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah?
And add the wetland buffer and floodplain lines to the legend.
I'm glad you did a tie course.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
What's the, oh, he didn't have the floodplain on there either?
Right.
Well, he's got it.
I just had the note, I didn't have the line.
The note says it's portion over, portions in it, but doesn't show us what portion.
Okay.
Portion could be all the,
It's as I recall, it's very, very close to the edge of the.
I'm sure it is.
So that's why I didn't put the line on, because I think it actually like kind of doubled up and made it hard to read, but
Didn't make sense. 50-foot setback on the frontage?
Yes.
is that a motion?
Make a motion, we accept it pending all the,
How about approve it rather than accept it?
approve it?
Yeah,
Well, we-
conditionally approve it.
Conditionally approve
Yeah,
it,
that's the word.
pending the items to be corrected or added.
I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Congratulations.
changes made for you.
Thank you. Did you get the bill? I didn't see the check yet for Borough. The Each bill.
Yep, I sent it to them. I will follow up on that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just waiting to
Yep.
hear back from the state.
Did I give you the application
Frank, he's in Florida, so it's,
Okay, okay.
other than that,
before Naomi gets mad at
Thank
me?
you. See you later.
Thank you.
I'll take that one back too, I guess. Do you, traditionally, do you just keep the one that you marked up?
Yes,
Well, just so that you don't have all the extra paper in here, right?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that way when the right one comes in, you can double
Well,
check.
I remember just, it's so confusing. Because when we get the comments back from the boards, they all send the plan back. I'm like, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it, even though I say don't send it back to me.
The only else we have is minutes, but Mr. Jacques is waiting for something, so I know what he's waiting for.
So this other business?
Yes, we're gonna do other businesses. Mr. Jacques is sitting back there. Hilburn. We said something about 6 somewhere missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a plan from Art About to print out on a big piece of paper. But I printed out a little piece of paper,
We looked for that one,
and he sent,
just when we found the iron in the rock.
yes, in that rock right here,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think so too. And he sent pictures of the 6 bounds. Art did.
Yeah.
You wanna see the pictures? Sorry. There you go. So
One's
he-
under the culvert, that's always good.
He emailed Naomi and I both, I believe. I replied to Art, which I didn't print my reply to Art, I printed my
Probably-
reply
I
to
prob-
Jacques.
I think it went to Art, Art sent it to me.
Yeah, that I CC'd you and attached what I sent to Art, so, okay, so I got it here. I said, Art, I can take this planning board November 18th, that's our only meeting this month because of Thanksgiving. The next meeting is December 9th. I think the reason monuments are placed is so the landowners can readily determine where their lot corners, I didn't say are located, but anyway. The mounds are buried and cannot be visible. They do not serve the landowner any purpose. Surveyors use metal detectors and can easily find buried monuments, and homeowners don't have the knowledge of what to look for or even where to look. Section 8.6 monument states, monument placement, monuments shall be set flush with finished grade. No permanent marker shall be set until all construction, which would disturb or destroy the monuments, is completed. All monuments should be set under direction of a registered land surveyor. Monuments to be set prior to final inspection. I said, therefore, I will forewarn you that I will not recommend this be accepted by the Board of Selectmen at this time. However, I do not speak for the board. Then Art sent us,
Still some of those
How
are
old are these
buried.
photos?
I just gonna say, I assume Jacques took them, but I don't.
Probably within a month. I mean, it was,
So it was right after our meeting out there?
yeah.
You better come up here. Come on, get up here.
Yeah, Art brought us in about a year ago now, I guess, to verify the bounds were set out there. My guys went around the perimeter, mostly dragging a tape, and found the exterior ones. And then we got into the street ones, and the ground froze up. I think we had some snow early last year, and he pulled us off that to put us on another project, so we just got back to it this year. So I guess you guys walked it, whenever you walked in there, come up with 6 that were problematic or couldn't find. So we went out, one was at the intersection of Hilburn and Twin Bridge.
Yep.
My guys found that last fall, didn't realize it was broke, dug it up, we put a new one in there. It's about, that one's below grade, the plow's gonna hit it if we don't. And it's not a bound.
Probably why it broke to begin with.
Yeah, more than likely. And there were a couple up inside there's the one that's under a culvert. It looks like the culvert's just set on top of it. And that's a road bound. Then on the uphill side of that one, there's one that's kind of in the riprap. That, it did exist, we found that one easy enough. The intersection going down to, not familiar with the road name there, the pond.
Daniels.
Okay, yeah, that was one there that's, had dust on it, it's flush with
Yeah,
it.
we couldn't find that one,
It's there.
with his metal detector even.
Huh.
But anyway,
You see which one it is in the picture, though.
it's this,
I put some ties
this
in the
one.
road in
No,
case
that's
you
not
want to go
that
back and pull them back in.
that's this one.
Yeah, by the van. It was,
I don't think we were looking in the right place.
I saw where you'd scratched, you missed it by a couple feet. Somebody
Okay.
looked around. So that, again, that's a road bound, it was flush, it's there.
We had 3 vehicles parked there too, that might have had something to do with
Could've.
it. We moved a couple of them, but
I think that puts us up to the top of the cul-de-sac. There was one that was broken. We actually went to reset that one and hit ledge about 18 inches, so we ended up using concrete and set it in the ledge and got that one done. So I think is there just 2 that you have an issue with? Is it the one by the pole and the riprap and the one that's in the guy's yard?
One by the culvert.
Well, the culvert's a road bound.
Or the one uphill from the
one of the
culvert.
3, one of the check marks is one I wasn't personally. I can't speak for the board. Those 3 are the ones I wasn't very,
Which ones are those?
the one under the culvert,
Yeah.
the one almost under the culvert,
Okay, yeah.
That one's kind of
in a mix with the riprap.
and the one that's buried.
Yeah, that's up into a guy's yard.
I understand, but
Yeah, I know, but that guy bought that house 6 years ago. I mean, he's probably done some landscaping, and it's kind of, not necessarily on him, but it's, that, it transferred 6 years ago. We're on private property now, replacing somebody's bound. It's kind of a,
half of it.
I know, just, kind of hard to do just half.
I wish half.
I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time,
quarter
back
of
in, back in 90, whenever the first crash that I lived through in New Hampshire, second crash I lived through in New Hampshire anyway, the bank foreclosed on a road, on a subdivision, 6 lots in Concord. The bank hired us to set the bounds. They were all the lots were occupied. I went out, spread out plastic, cut the sod, placed on the plan. I mean, I was careful.
Yeah.
I've never been so anal about setting a bound. Unfortunately, the guy was at work. He came home and called the boss up the next day, read him the riot act. The boss went back out and looked at it, goes, I don't know what else you could have done, but it had to be done. That was it.
Well, we can't disturb him without that owner agreeing. It's his monument too. So for us to replace that, we've got to get him to sign off
How
on it.
deep is it?
Couple inches.
Is it, I mean,
It's a solid bound. It's just below the turf.
is there a magnet in it?
Yes. Yeah. Would it be all right
Couple
if we?
inches, it looks more than a couple inches to me.
I don't think it's that deep. What if we would have set a rebar flush in the front of that bound? You know, it's just a reference, just a marker to find the bound,
Like a witness?
just a witness. A rebar with a cap.
Then some surveyor's gonna say that cap doesn't fit, that rebar doesn't fit at all.
I know, that's the problem with sticking a witness when you can't see the bound.
Right,
And the metal detector is gonna be shut off by the,
right. You're not gonna know the bound was there.
all right.
Well, we're just in a situation now, it's not the developer's property. I mean, it's right, half of it's the town's. Well, we're dealing with a private property owner now. And I haven't dealt with
This
him at
one
all.
down here, I got no problem with. You're better off leaving that one like it is anyway, so that
Yeah,
it doesn't
Hilburn,
get
that's
whacked.
fine. Right.
Right?
So all bounds have partial ownership by the lot owner.
Yeah, I get this one, yeah.
We're talking an inch?
Well, to the.
Two.
Half. It's
to
a
the
4-inch
center-
bound,
To the
yeah.
center point.
Yeah, it's a 4-inch bound, so 2 inches of it.
Oh, I never,
And what's a shared common monument?
yeah.
Yeah. And for us to disturb it, we've got to get them to sign off on it too.
This one's a road bound out of corner. He's saying, right?
No,
I assume
the one under the culvert is.
one of the culvert's PT.
Yeah. Yeah, that one there is.
That's a PT.
This one's a property corner.
That one's on the uphill side of this
Yeah.
culvert here.
Yep. 17 and 16.
Yeah. And that one's, it's just kind of in the mix with the riprap.
But
So-
there's magnets in all of them?
I believe there are. Yeah, I think he gets his from Belial.
I mean,
Well,
these are the two I'm thinking about, that.
in
that
my
would be-
opinion, they were set too soon, and they shouldn't have been set when they were, or else the culvert wouldn't be over top of it. And if they were all set at the same time, that's what happened to that one too, in the guy's yard.
Yeah.
They were set before the road, before the houses were even built, more than likely. And Gary was using them to know where to build the house. That's my guess. And
Well,
therefore they got buried and broken.
Pretty accurate guess.
Therefore they
Well,
got
before
buried.
they finished
That way they
the
got,
landscaping.
yeah, they got buried, they got broken, they got culverts put on top of them.
This one's not, it's flat on top, it didn't get broken off. That's not one of the ones that got
Which,
busted.
No, the one in the yard is a couple inches deep.
yeah, it's by a guy line. Yeah, there's a guy line for the pole
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Because, that's not a broken one, it's just, it's all there, it's
No,
just,
it's there, it's just, it could have been landscaped over by the owner, I mean, we don't know. I know the guy did talk to my crew about, being on his property, or, he asked him to be careful about his irrigation system.
Well, if he didn't complain too much about you digging it up like that, I don't think he's gonna compare a whole lot about you raising it up 2 inches either.
Is it just the two that we have an issue with? Is it just, how
I have an
many?
issue with 3,
Three, and that's the one under the culvert too.
both in the culvert and that one.
All right. Well, the culvert, I mean, there's not much we can do with that other than cut the culvert back and put a header on it or something. There's physically a culvert on it.
I also think Steve Keach should look at it again. He hasn't been out here for 2-3 years. Since the final paving. That's-
Well, we can approach those two owners, actually it's 4 owners. And if they're okay with us raising the bound, that'll satisfy that, and the culvert, what do you want us to do about that one? I think we just wanna put it behind us and get it over with.
Well, the one on the uphill side of the culvert, is that, that's just buried in the riprap, that can probably be raised too,
That one
right?
there?
Yeah,
This can be raised pretty easy, I
that
would
one,
think.
it's the one under the culvert on the downhill side.
Yeah, it's-
Like you said, the only other thing I could see is cut it back and change a header around it.
And the culvert stuck out there pretty,
Now, where's that
pretty far
culvert?
beyond the driveway.
I don't remember, what's that, is that a driveway culvert?
Yeah,
Just a driveway culvert,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
really not a
So we
header,
don't have
it's
to
just,
worry about,
We dug quite a ways in that one after we hit that iron, that rock, I
yeah, we
think.
didn't dig that far,
No, we didn't dig that far.
cause I still getting signal, but
Yeah, you were.
we thought it was more iron rocks.
We're-
yeah, so we don't have to worry about it being
I wasn't getting paid to dig up.
Benji turning around or somebody if we accept it, and then ripping it out, so that's the concern. It's a driveway culvert, so it's on the owner.
The driveway's pretty far back over here, that was sticking out pretty far.
I think there's room to do it.
I think there is too.
Yeah.
And there's really not a header on it, I think it's more just.
No, it's just open
Rocks.
pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
Pile up around it.
But again, that's something we're gonna kinda have to talk to the owner about. It's his culvert. I mean, really, it's over the right-of-way line.
Use the approach, if there's ever a controversy about the lot lines, this way it settles it right here and now. Which, how many times somebody buys another house next door and they think their lot's bigger or smaller? It
Oh, yeah.
always-
Yeah, if you could boost those two and cut that culvert back.
And that's really the only outstanding issues we have
Yeah.
on the project. Okay.
Well, like I said, I'd like to have a letter from Keach.
Right, so you're down to 3 boundaries.
Yes. I know we get.
2 of them, he's gonna approach the 4 owners.
We're gonna have to,
And then the
Get them to
culvert,
do
the driveway culvert, it's all gonna approach the owner as well.
yeah.
And then you want Keach, but Keach, when he's done, I mean, we don't need to,
I don't think Keach has to look at the bounds.
okay.
I think we need to look at the road and the drainage and that kind of stuff. He hasn't seen it for 2.5 years,
Let's, my,
that's all. You're him
I-
and on again.
I'm just a little, I mean, the drainage is, it's been reducing the flow, there's no velocity, I mean, there's no erosion anywhere. But Keach is gonna see, I think he's gonna see all that growth in there that's growing into the riprap and everything, and he may, I don't want that to be a holdup, him saying, you've got vegetation in the swales, in the riprap swales, because it's pretty heavy, but that,
Well, just because Keach recommends that vegetation be taken out of swales, doesn't mean we have to do it. We don't have to listen to Keach.
okay.
Something like that.
just making sure that-
Something like that, I agree.
Just making sure that we're not,
How old is this project?
I don't know. I mean, I just checked the ownership of that one lot. That guy's had the house 6 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's been there. I remember when they did
So
that,
wouldn't there
started
be
that,
an
that's
ex-
gotta be over
Chairman.
10,
It may
Wouldn't there
be.
be an expectation of some growth in it?
yeah.
well, there is in my mind, and that's why I don't want the engineer going out there and saying, well, they got too much growth in the area, it's not it's not a 1-year-old road, it's just
Yeah,
got to be
That
built.
project started over 10 years ago, if I remember right.
Somebody said the other night, yeah, I think it was over 10 years.
Yeah.
Been a long time.
Yep.
I know Tom Clow was on the planning board at the time.
Why couldn't you take these are granite posts, right?
Mhm.
And one of them at least is a couple inches under the ground.
Mhm.
You wanna bring it up so it's visible. Couldn't you just drill a hole in the middle of the cement and drive a pin in there and you'd have it? And you have to change the,
It's easier to dig it up.
dig it up.
There's a magnet.
It isn't if the landowner's complaining.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
Put a
I mean,
steel,
that's kind of an interesting idea, yeah, because you're just putting a pin in a boulder at that point.
put a steel pin in it, and it's gonna be
There's a-
magnet, it's gonna hit the metal detector, so.
It's already a magnet in it,
How
so.
far down is that magnet? The person not gonna have, you know, you start, you put a drill in there, you hit that magnet, the
It's
drill's
just a
gonna be
magnet,
junk.
I mean, it's just, you know, craft magnets, you get it. I don't think they're anything
Drills-
special, they put some
Drills are 2.5
silicone.
inches deep, if I remember right.
Yeah.
The drill holes? No, not those, I mean, I think you guys use a disc on yours, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are just, you know, 3/8 by probably half, 3/4 of an inch deep,
Okay.
yeah.
It's an interesting solution, Chuck.
Yeah,
I mean, you take a piece of rebar and epoxy it into the top of
That's
it,
what I was
and that's it, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about digging it up.
we put it right through that culvert.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
culvert- Yeah,
Thank
that'd
you
be a
like
little
that.
different. Yeah,
That would work.
till something gets in the culvert and it holds.
For a little while.
Yeah, till the crap builds up around it.
He knows what he's gonna do to fix.
Yeah, we'll deal with somehow
And
fixing
then,
it.
are you yes or no with Keach?
I just think Keach should look at the pavement. I mean, the town's accepting the road. Keach has looked at it for 2 years. He ought to look at the pavement and things to make sure there's nothing stupid that
Okay.
we didn't see.
Okay.
So
It's not
now,
gonna take long. for
once
him.
he gets those done, do you have to go back out and look at it? I'm
No.
just trying to,
No,
I can send you pictures
Just take
again.
pictures.
I'll drive by.
you'll do a drive-by.
Put orange stakes beside him so I can, yep. Don't make me get out of the truck.
Yeah.
There's one there, right?
Yes.
Unless there's a deer standing there.
okay.
Can't shoot it yet. Okay,
All right,
thank you, sir.
all right, great, well, thank you.
I'll take them.
I labeled the trouble ones 1, 2, 3.
So we got minutes.
So do you have just on your agenda, I had stuck possible zoning amendments, you're not gonna do any of it this year? We talked about it, and you said you didn't wanna rush. The rentals.
Gonna do the
gone over
rental
to
one?
Well, the rental's going to the selectmen.
We got rid of that one. We're done with it.
You only talked about a wetlands one, but then you said you weren't gonna rush into,
I don't have-
And the other one I was gonna do was mixed use, but that's even bigger issue than the rental ones.
Let's- What was the one we did last year that Laura didn't like?
I'd have to research it, I wasn't sitting here last year.
Yeah, who did what?
Laura didn't like.
Oh, the way it was worded, I
And
remember.
then it
but-
came back and said it was conflicting with the other.
Yeah, there was two, there was another, it was conflicting with zoning and.
It wasn't that 3.5, was it?
3.5 in the zoning, yeah.
No, that's that. When you wanted to add the word structure.
Yes.
No. We don't want to go there again?
Not yet.
Non-conforming lots.
No, it was a private road.
That's it.
That's what, 37, Article 37? 36 or 37?
36 of driveways.
So 37, you don't have a new one, do you?
No, we got nothing.
You
36
don't have the
is-
new ordinance. No one gave
I
you one?
thought we had the new ordinance.
Updated through March 2019. Could be worse yet.
I don't think we got the updated one.
2017.
So the 19, it should have been updated 2020.
2020, right.
Yeah, well,
You don't have the,
But all we had was a private road and it conflicted with something else that didn't.
yes,
I think it conflicted with your conditional use, didn't it?
yeah, I think you're right, if I remember right.
Didn't it had something to do with,
No,
yeah.
it was no building on a
Oh, building on a private road.
Do you have 2020? You get email this?
I don't think it's been done yet.
Oh.
Just saying. I just looked on the website, it says 19.
That's where I got this. So is it two zoning things this year to add on there? The one that we're having the debate with in court, and then this one. Private roads.
One didn't pass.
Yeah.
Mount Dearborn Road.
What was that, the scenic district, or
Right.
the historic district?
Right.
Yeah, that
That passed.
that passed.
Yeah.
The one that didn't pass was the ordinance about the non-conforming
Right.
lots. It was mixed messages over that. There was one, and I remember that, yeah.
So some, okay, if I look back in the minutes, I can find it, at least.
I thought we- yeah, I don't know.
It's not on here. I mean,
No, I'm just trying to remember what it conflicted with. Was no building on private roads? I don't remember. Anyway,
I thought it was with the, is it 3.21? Is that, didn't you do something with conditional use? I thought it was conflicting, the private road was with conditional use, it was.
Maybe he was using a shared, like a shared drive, using it.
well, we were gonna,
Driveway.
we were gonna allow the private road to be created, conditional use.
Yeah. Then there was the part that was, which we didn't get into, thank God for that, but the emergency lane,
That's,
that was,
my only question was, did you wanna do something this year? You don't have to, I mean, if you're not ready to, you only got a few weeks left.
Yeah, no. I don't have time.
It's not worth rushing, to
No,
be honest
it's
with
not.
you.
we could bring it in.
Well, we started the one early enough, we're getting a resolution anyway that's gonna be clean. The rentals.
We aren't doing anything. We're gonna get credit for anything. Bruce, what are you talking about?
When they
He's
ask,
gonna take all the credit.
when they ask, we'll say, yeah, the planning board passed the buck to us.
Yeah.
Alright, so you won't put that on there, we won't put that on there again.
No, we'll leave that off.
Alright, so now you can do your minutes.
Okay, so we got October 28th.
Oh, this is a CIP,
Yeah, CIP and the AMS.
Yep.
With everybody that,
We talked about short-term rentals and said, nope.
well, no, you let it, a couple. You let a couple talk, remember, and then it got carried away.
What was that, from the 14th? Is that the ones?
28th.
28th.
so what is this? Oh, discussion about AMS prop, okay.
When do petition articles have to be in?
December, I think it's the 12th, but I'll have to
Alright.
double check.
So that's not too far away.
What's that?
I said, that's not too far away.
No, no,
Time flies.
You aware of any?
I haven't, I don't think I've even had anybody
One.
ask.
One
Little rezoning.
rezone?
Oh, rezoning a lot.
That petition article to rezone?
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody wants to rezone their lot from residential to commercial or
Oh, I see,
something.
it just, I thought you meant the whole town.
No, no,
No,
that would be an undertaking.
2 lots, actually. Yes. Oh, you want this too, probably.
Yep. Well, I don't, the minute taker might.
Yeah.
I have a question on zoning.
Uh-oh.
25, 6.6.2, it's on page 34.
25.6.
Page 34.
Yep.
The end of the sentence is, except as hereinafter provided in section 7. Where is section 7?
What was it, 26?
26 what?
No, 25?
25.6.2.
25, 6,
Oh,
2.
25.6.2, yeah, each structure shall be set back at least 30 feet from the side and rear property lines except as hereinafter provided in section 7. Section 7 is the buffer strips underneath it,
Well, so he doesn't, I see what he's saying.
yeah. In an industrial district, it goes into industrial at that point.
He's thinking of the next line, I mean, you were thinking of the next line down. But section 7 is that, it's gotta be the 25-7,
Yeah,
because it would be
Oh,
Article
you think it's
7.
25.7?
Yeah, see, it should say maybe a section below,
Spent hours
Because-
looking for it.
because 25,
should say 25.7,
article number,
except it's
article
actually.
number is the 25, whatever.
Yeah,
But the
it's,
section would be 627.8.
yeah,
You sure it should be set back at least 30?
Makes sense.
Okay, that's fine,
Yeah.
that's all.
Okay. So I was looking for that for you. School at the time.
October 28th, then it's okay?
Yeah. Make a motion, we accept October 20th minutes as written.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
November 2nd.
Well, hold on a second, I want to discuss, it's not about the content of the minutes, I just want to discuss the minutes for a second.
He's got something up his sleeve. He's smiling.
Yeah, he's,
It says in here, and this is, it's right, so there's no debate about the minutes being right, that's not what I'm trying to say here. That, you and I met with town council and it's, item B, top of the page. Met with town council last Tuesday.
yeah,
We probably ought to, we erred, I think, but we missed, because we had a screwed up meeting, we probably should have, somehow let the rest of the board know through Naomi or something, or some other method that we met with town council and,
no, yeah, we do.
yeah, I know, but none of the other board members did.
True. I've met with town council lots of times, and the planning board didn't know it.
Yeah,
Okay, I will try to be better.
I don't think it was a big deal, but I know what he's saying,
Yeah.
except when I get thrown under the bus.
that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Chuck, to answer your question for petition articles, Monday, November 8th is the first day, Tuesday, December 7th is the last day.
Oh, okay, a couple weeks away. 3 weeks.
Sorry,
Yeah, about that.
8th, Wednesday, the
December
8th, they give me
7th.
30 days. November 8th, December 8th.
Oh, December 8th, okay. You said
Town
December.
meeting is March 8th. Jesus, too many 8s.
Late. Okay, November 2nd meetings, minutes.
Those are your sidewalk.
That was the sidewalk. The only comment I have is our honorable secretary, Pastor Bill, doesn't know how to spell my last name.
Yeah, you missed something.
Missed a C in there.
Frankiso.
Francisco,
You got it right later on.
Francisco.
Yeah.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Yep. He's got it listed lot 5 at the corner of Daniels and Hilburn.
I make a motion with the,
Isn't he missing one?
C6, C9 broken, needs to be replaced. L12
I'm
missing,
printing an old one.
and L13. I think we covered that.
I printed this out today, so. We got the same one.
Oh, we had 6 in that map.
There was. There's one between 16 and 17 that he doesn't have here. The one that was low, that he found was too low.
Oh. Can I have my map back?
Can you have what?
My map back from Hilburn?
It's one of the labeled ones there, one,
Yeah,
2, or
that's right
3.
there, Yeah. Yep. No, that's this one.
No, it's 12 and 13. This
Yeah,
is 16 and
12, 13.
17.
16, 17, yes. So my, spelling of my name and missing monument between lot 77.16 and 17. Anything else?
Now, we're ready for motion for that?
I'm ready.
You started.
Yeah. Make a motion to accept the minutes as amended
Second.
for November 2nd.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I have one,
Opposed? Abstained? Yes, ma'am.
come back to other.
Back to other.
So, Jack was here today, and so the building inspector, we're trying to like,
Is in the corner.
yeah, so up at All Seasons, somebody wants to remove an old trailer and replace it with a new trailer. His question is, if it comes in on wheels, why do we issue a permit?
Who's he?
The building inspector.
Oh, okay.
But this whole All Seasons is new to him.
Well, there's electrical tie-ins and plumbing tie-ins that happen, right? It's not plugged in with a extension cord.
Well, that part, he would involve the electrical inspector, because typically if it's a roll-in on wheels and it's registered, if it is registered, then you do plug in. There's
Yeah,
no
but-
electrical
Well,
update.
no, that one there is gonna be a structure, yes, they have an outside. All those have outside, meter,
Yeah,
like,
they got-
like a temporary service, it looks like, almost like a temporary you'd put on a new construction, and then they tie into that, just like they would a regular house.
Yeah, it's tied in, it's not just a
It's not
plug-in.
just plugged in, no.
Right, right.
Most of
I
them.
guess, so, so right now they're up,
As far as the building
it's
itself, I
my
don't-
understanding that, you can, for instance, Cold Springs, you can go down there, you can leave your camper,
yeah, those are plugged in though.
but if you register it, you don't get a tax bill, you pay your vehicle registration.
That's right.
These are different, but they're not different, I guess is how,
Yeah, once you take the wheels off, it's considered a permanent structure, so,
but what if you just skirt around the wheels? I mean, I'm
But
just,
isn't there a, if the trailer's built after a certain date and certified by a certain, get the seal on the trailer,
yeah, it's got this.
then it doesn't need to be inspected by a building inspector.
No, the only thing that needs to get done is gonna be tied into an outside separate electrical source other than being plugged in.
And if it's not on
These
so
wheels,
it's being
park
replaced
models,
with a 2013.
does it have to be anchored down like a mobile home does? I don't know what the deal is with
Well,
those.
taking the wheels off of, I guess it has to be anchored at that point. It's no longer a trailer, it's now a fixed structure. And now it's subject to being taxed.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's just like it's just like you know, a mobile, what do they call it, manufactured home.
Manufactured housing.
Yeah, they can't call them mobile homes
But
anymore.
it's not a manufactured housing.
Well, it's similar, that they take the, when you bring it to the job, bring it to the site, they take the axles off of it, but this one here is doing the same thing. They're gonna treat it like that, they're taking the wheels off of it.
If they take the wheels
axles.
off, it probably needs to be anchored, and that
Yep.
needs to be
Because they're
inspected.
applying for a permit to remove the 98 trailer, replace with a 2013 travel trailer,
Unless they get a
and
demo.
put in a stone retaining wall. And then they're gonna upgrade the electrical in the spring.
Electrical, they need to be inspected then. The retaining wall, they're gonna do that, I don't
If
know.
it's less than 4 feet, it's not an engineered wall.
No, so,
And there's a 28 by 12-foot deck, they must be gonna,
yeah, they'll have to get
they're gonna
that.
have to put it together next to it or something, right?
Next week, almost as big as the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, with,
He asked me what I had to do with it, but I don't remember he even
yeah, I
said.
know, and I said, it all depends on if they take the wheels off, it's not considered a permanent structure, it's one of those,
I think you're gonna have to also look at what we agreed to in all those condominium documents, right?
Yeah.
Because I know there's been corrections to decks and things up there that you typically, they go through the board of directors, they come in with this thing that's signed by them, and they bring it, but I don't know that, I don't know that I've been here through a removal and put in.
the removal, if, it depends on how they remove it, they're gonna put, still get the wheels on, they're gonna tow it out, or they're gonna demo it, then you have to get a demo permit.
Just says removal, doesn't say how.
Yeah, that's the.
Because they're removing a 10 by 32
That's the $60,000.
and putting in a 30 by 8.
Do they usually take, do they take the wheels off of those things over there? I don't know.
Some
I
of
think
them
they're all
may-
skirted. You've been up there, right?
Yeah, but you
Some
can't
of them,
tell,
they-
it's a lot of them, they
some
still
of
got the
them, they take
axles
the
and wheels
wheels
underneath
off.
the skirts.
Well, some of them, they take the wheels off, I'm sure. Some of them are just like regular
Park models.
park models, yeah.
So what do we drop back 5 and punt?
Yeah.
No
I have
pun
no idea.
intended.
I
don't
guess
know
he
what
says
to
he's
do.
taking the wheels off, so I guess at that point, you gotta figure out he's gotta have a way to
You gotta
anchor
anchor
it.
it down, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be anchored, so that comes under the.
It has to be
that-
anchored?
Yeah, the new,
If it's,
You mean for his own use or
Yeah.
town regulation?
no, it's a new code that they're
Oh,
gonna
no
have,
kidding.
yeah, they did that. Some of that got precipitated from like Florida and other places, I mean,
Blows
they
away.
got like metal ratchet straps that they put on these things, yeah.
So, but I think it
So the wind
it
doesn't
warrants a
take
visit
them.
also to that long set of documents that we have that we agreed to up there, because nobody's supposed to be up there in November and March.
right,
I know as much about all seasons you just said, that's about all I know about it.
That's about all you wanna
All
know.
right, we'll work through it, I
That's
guess.
a quagmire.
I was in there once, drove away.
I remember when it was a regular campground.
And my
Bruce
last
should too.
comment to you is December, if you look at your calendar, and Kelly had done this ahead of anybody, you're meeting the 9th and the 16th, you're back to back. Now, today.
That was in anticipation of zoning amendments.
Right, so today was your deadline based on the 16th, and there's 0 applications. So your work session is the 9th, your regular meeting would be the 16th. You have no zoning amendments, so what do you want to meet for December?
I say we skip them.
well, you said,
16th.
you thought we had a petition coming in?
Well, you will, but you'd have to then meet the 16th versus the 9th. Or you could meet the 9th because the deadline's the 8th, doesn't matter, whatever you guys want to do. I don't know that you need to, I'm just saying, I don't think you need to meet twice.
No,
You're back to back a week apart, and if you're not got a zoning amendment, and you don't have any applications,
I'd rather meet the 9th.
You
than
could meet
skip
the 9th.
16th, yeah.
Yep,
okay.
gives you more time to get ready
because
for
that would
Christmas.
be, you're right, because Maureen, the deadline's the 8th, I'd have her check the voters, and you guys can discuss it, and then,
So if we don't get any petitions, we won't meet?
are you certain somebody's bringing a petition?
No. 90% sure,
You're
They are.
90% sure?
yes.
Well,
So let me
better
ask you
wait.
this, let me back up.
Well,
So do you have to have a public hearing, though,
Yeah,
to vote on it?
I don't know, we recommend it to the selectmen. We
No,
we
you
recommend it to
recommended-
the ballot.
You recommend it to the ballot,
Right.
but do I have to notify the head for public hearing? See? I think of these things all of a sudden. But how do I know that? So if they come in the last minute, how do I know that? You can't meet the 9th then,
No.
because I wouldn't be,
On the 16th doesn't even work.
Then you wouldn't meet either day, because I'll tell you why. January 6th says the last day to post and publish the first hearing of a proposed amendment. So you meet in January for your amendments. Because the January 6th is the last day to post and publish the first hearing.
That's Thursday, so we can meet the 6th.
Okay, so if we get something, let me just throw this out there. If we get something, we can advertise right away for the 6th.
Of January,
Right, and then you'd meet once.
yes. We wouldn't have to meet in December at all.
If you're right, because I just looked at this thing, because it says the last day to post, hang on, for the first proposed hearing. Last day for voters to petition the select board. Last day for governing body, last day. Last day,
Rental property.
last day
Yeah,
to
you already
post
got
and
rid of that one.
publish the first hearing on a
Keep the other crap
proposed
out of it.
adoption or amendment to zoning.
That's our adoptions and amendments, right? Not
But I think
petition-
you could include that,
I
though.
think so, yeah.
But that's the last day to post it.
Yep.
If you're gonna meet that day,
But you
I
can,
could-
you can post it in December, and we can.
That's the
talk
last
about
day.
it.
You can post
yeah,
it
but
before then.
isn't
post-
January the first Thursday?
The 6th is the first Thursday.
You could meet the second Thursday like you've always
Yeah.
done. Right?
Right, you can
Which
post-
is the
you can post it-
13th.
You can post in December.
I'm just trying to get the calendar together, because I have deadlines to meet too.
Well, when does the Board of Selectmen have to, when do you have to know about our recommendation? Because that's really all that matters. Right? For the ballot. We have until the end of January, I believe, to do this whole zoning ordinance.
Hearings, stuff.
Yeah.
For petition.
For our
Yeah.
It's
okay.
going back
for our
and
part of
forth.
it. So I think we can use that.
Okay, the last day to post and publish a meeting is January 20th.
Yep, so the end of the month.
So if we meet the 13th,
So if we get something, this is all ifs, right? If you get an amendment, then you'd meet the
January
13th,
January 13th.
right, because I get time to post it.
Right.
If you don't, then you still have a work session maybe, I don't know what
yeah,
you're
we'll
gonna
keep
do.
that
Yeah.
meeting there, because I'm sure something should come in, hopefully,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
most likely.
So,
if nothing
yeah.
else, we'll say Happy New Year, everybody.
When you meeting, the 13th?
Yeah,
So you're not gonna meet at all in December, because you can't.
January 13th.
Well,
January.
Oh, January 13th.
So January 13th.
Take a month off?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna meet at all then?
Nope.
Because all they have to do is turn it in, if they
We can- And
do.
we can't do anything about it.
No.
So when are you
have to
gonna meet
take it.
now, January
So
13th?
you're not meeting in December, you're gonna meet January 13th. You go back to your January 13th.
Well, I'll be late
and-
that night. I got a class to teach.
We're giving you a month off, you're gonna be late.
I already got the class get scheduled. I got it
What class you teaching?
yesterday. I gotta teach a class on. motor
So it'll be
vehicle law.
January, so your January meetings will be January 13th and
Okay.
January 27th.
Mhm.
But we're gonna post for
It's already there.
public hearing if zoning amendment.
Might be able to change.
We don't have anything lingering, nothing's,
No, you've approved everything too. You've got nothing continued, and you got no applications today. And it's been posted that way because of the Christmas. You weren't gonna meet the 23rd, so. So no December. Well, Karen does the calendar, I just wanna tell her. No December meetings. Okay,
Somebody's
that's all I got. Time is it?
Delete.
You deleting your meetings? I never
December
do that.
ones. You never do it?
I never do it on my phone.
Why?
I get too many meetings. I still have a calendar that I open up a book and put them all in.
Oh, no, I can't do that. They don't fit.
I have different colors for every committee.
I have different colors for how important things are.
Okay. So it's 8:11, you
All
done?
red.
Like, people have days off, that's red.
It's hunting season. It's red.
Yeah, I wish. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, have a good
Okay.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Thanksgiving,
Happy
Christmas.